Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I just got home from gymnastics practice with my kids. It's Saturday and I wasn't really planning to do this, but it's something that needs to get done. So we're going to do a meal prep for the week. We are going to do a variation of stuff. I'm bulk cooking a bunch of breakfast stuff right now. We're gonna do some snack stuff, some other prep for dinners this week. I'm gonna take out some freezer meals I previously made. So we're gonna try to get ourselves set up for a really easy week of cooking and meals. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. So I had actually already been cooking before I started filming. So what I had been doing is I made breakfast, and these are the breakfast sandwiches that I made. They're just English muffins, a sausage patty, and cheese. I did make some eggs and add it to my husband's that he ate this morning. But these actually save really well just in the fridge. So I just made extras of what I had. I only had 6 English muffins, so we had 3 extra sandwiches I'm putting in the fridge. And then I also made a bunch of extra sausage patties that I'm gonna end up just freezing. I don't feel like we're gonna eat those this week, so we're gonna freeze those. At the same time, I have bacon in the oven. So I had 2 packs of bacon. I'm just baking it, and that is also something I'm gonna have just in the fridge to go with some breakfast this week. Those are those sausage patties, so I had already cooked those. I just had like a big roll of breakfast sausage. I think I had like the giant roll, which was 12 servings. So I made 12 patties. I just pull some out, flatten it, and then bake it. And so that is what was on the sandwiches. And then I'm going to freeze these individually in between parchment paper. Like I said, I don't think we're going to get to eating these this week because we have some other stuff, which you'll see. We have bacon, we have muffins, some of those breakfast sandwiches. So this I'll use for another day. I may make like a biscuits and gravy type thing and use these for that, but at least they're cooked and I could always just pull them out, put them in the fridge, and have them ready to go later on this week if we run out of stuff or another week. Now the next recipe I'm starting on, this requires it needs to sit for 20 minutes. They are oatmeal blueberry muffins. Anything I'm using a recipe for, I will link down below in the description. This is my first time making these, but I have blueberries I need to use up. And so the base of this is oats. This is a very healthy muffin recipe, so I do highly recommend it. And I'm filming this voiceover later, so I can tell you they're delicious muffins. But what you do is you soak the oats in milk, and so you need that to soak for 20 minutes before you can start the rest of the recipe. This recipe also calls for melted butter, so now is a great time. I'm going to melt the butter in the microwave, and then it will be cool by the time I actually make this. I am quadrupling the recipe because I based it on how many blueberries I have. So I had 4 cups of blueberries. Each of the individual recipe serving size calls for 1 cup of blueberries. So that's why there's 4 sticks of butter. Normally 1 stick of butter is the normal recipe. So just in case you're wondering why I am making or melting so much butter. So while that is soaking, the oats are soaking, the butter is cooling, I am now starting to get some of the bacon out of the oven. I didn't have enough space to cook all the bacon at the same time, so this is the first batch. I do like to undercook the bacon a little bit if you're going to keep it in the fridge. We were going to eat some of this morning, so this first batch is a little overcooked because if you put it in the fridge super like crunchy, you have to microwave it, and microwaving is going to cook it a little bit more. So I would just undercook it a little bit so then when you reheat it, it doesn't overcook in the cooking process. So I'm just pulling this out of the oven. I've already had the oven on all day. This is a lot easier than frying it. It doesn't make a mess. You don't have to pay as much attention to it. I line my baking sheets with a ton of foil. That is just a cleanup to make my life easier. And then, I cooked 2 full packs of bacon and I needed 3 sheet pans. I do cut my bacon in half, so they are smaller pieces, but it's easier to cook and then for my kids to reheat throughout the week. We did pick up some groceries this morning. We were out of like milk, eggs, bread, which is funny because it's not funny, but a lot of states apparently were running out of these items because there's a lot of bad winter storms. So when I did my Walmart grocery order, Walmart would not let me add milk, eggs, or bread, even though our stores
were stocked and fine. So we had to run to a different grocery store and pick up a bunch of these because we were out of all of these things. So I'm just restocking our eggs. I got this really cool fridge egg organizer because I buy different eggs all the time, and it's just easier having the same container kind of store them. And then this one kind of slopes down, and so the newest eggs can go in the back, the oldest eggs can go in the front, and it kind of works really well. It holds 2 18 packs plus a couple more depending on the size of your eggs. I can have this linked down below if anyone's interested in it. After doing the bacon and the eggs, I do think my oats have soaked enough, so I'm going to mix everything together. There is flour in this recipe, so I did measure out the flour, the baking soda, I believe, or baking powder. This recipe is sweetened with either honey or maple syrup. I prefer maple syrup in baking. Because I'm quadrupling this recipe, I was just shy of the amount of maple syrup I needed, and I didn't want to open another bottle of maple syrup, so I'm just using brown sugar to cover the rest. But really, this recipe is no refined sugar, which is why I picked it. So I'm mixing up all the wet, dry. My bowl was just big enough. Other issue here is I only have one normal sized muffin tin. I have jumbo muffins, I have mini muffins, but I wanted these to be regular size muffins. So I was trying a little experiment of using these like baking dishes with the muffin tin separators inside. Did not work. Just they filled okay, so I thought that they were going to work. Only a couple kind of broke, but no, they did not bake well. They did not work, so we kind of just ate through those. It was more like oatmeal cake at this day for breakfast. So I actually just put in an order to get a big 24 normal size muffin pan that you can bake 24 muffins at once. So I'm going to pick that up from Walmart later this week. So don't do what I'm doing here. It doesn't work. You're going to waste ingredients and time. Use normal muffin tins. That's what they're intended for.
So the tray of muffins that I did right in the muffin tin turned out perfectly. They're perfect size. They rose good. So those are done and cooling. I'm letting the other ones bake. They are not pretty. That is not a hack. Don't do what I did. I actually just ordered a 24 muffin tin, like big pan, so I could do 24 normal size muffins at once. So I'm gonna get that from Walmart this week, but they'll taste fine. I mean, they just won't be pretty. So I'll kind of figure out what I'm gonna do with those if I can pull them out and freeze them well. So I'm gonna let those cool. I'm gonna do a quick cleanup of the kitchen. Obviously dishes are overflowing, so I need to do all of those, clean up. The bacon is done, is in this bag. So I don't think I'm gonna have enough bacon to freeze. I cooked 2 packs of bacon, which may seem crazy, but we eat a pack of bacon in one meal. So that bacon I'm just gonna leave in the fridge. The very first pan I took out overcooked a little bit, which won't microwave because it get a little crispy, it gets brittle. But the last 2 I undercooked a little bit, so then when you microwave them, they'll cook a little better. So we will have bacon for the week. This round of muffins, as soon as they're cool, I'm going to put them in this little thing and just leave them on the counter. So those muffins, oatmeal muffins, very healthy, full of oatmeal, fruit, maple syrup, that tiny amount of brown sugar I put in there just to make up for the maple syrup I didn't have. That will be in there. I have a couple breakfast sandwiches in there. And then I'm going to freeze those sausage patties. I don't think I'm going to keep those in the fridge. I'll freeze those for a meal another week. So yeah, we're going to do a quick reset. I have a bunch of like stuff on the counter. I have onions, peppers, celery, blackberries, apples that I want to cut up and have kind of prepped and ready either for recipes this week or for snacks for the kids. So that will be the next round once I clean up everything and basically like reset.
So it's a couple hours later, and thought I was filming all of this, but I don't think I hit the record button on my camera, so I only got some of the end shots. But these are just caramelized, or onions that are caramelizing. This takes like over an hour, almost 2 hours. So we're having this with our dinner tonight. I'm making burgers, so onions are just for that tonight. And then I also chopped up this green bell pepper. That is for a dinner later on in the week. We're going to have homemade pizza, and I figured we'd use bell pepper for that. I had some celery in the fridge that I wanted to cut up, the bell pepper, and then I'm actually going to save these seeds from the bell pepper because I am gardening this year. So just saving those, see if that even works. They're free seeds, so I figured why not? I have those mini peppers that I need to cut up for the kids, apples, blackberries, the tomatoes for dinner tonight as well. And next up, I am prepping some snacks for my kids. I found that if stuff is in easy bags to grab, they're more likely to eat it. So these are just apples, but my kids are going to be more apt to eat them if they're sliced. Something I do to keep them from turning brown is I slice them all and then I soak them in lemon juice and water, and that prevents them from browning. This was just 3 apples. I think it ends up making like 5 little bags. These will not last more than, I'll say, 4 days between my kids, but it really does help. So think about the stuff that if you're cleaning out your fridge and you're like, we never ate these apples, try doing something like this. Make it easy for your kids to grab. That's why kids tend to grab like bags of chips, because they're easy, they can grab them, they can just, snack on them. And so this works really good with apples. I would recommend using like refrigerated lemon juice rather than like squeezing a lemon. Lemon juice they sell in stores has like a certain acidity level, whereas squeezing like a fresh lemon, you don't know the acid level of it. So definitely use like bottled juice. I did put a little bit of vinegar too, just because I felt like I didn't have enough lemon juice. I don't rinse these off, so I wouldn't recommend using a ton of vinegar, but we didn't taste any of the vinegar because I just put like a splash in there. Now, same thing with these peppers. I have this bag of peppers in there. My kids are going to be more apt to grab them if I have them washed, cut up, and in grab and go bags. They're gonna, it's gonna be easier for them to think to grab. So doing this, these peppers, I think I only got like 3 bags out of this whole big bag. I am saving the seeds of these little ones too, so maybe I could grow these. I think that'd be really fun. I'm growing a lot of peppers, onions, and tomatoes because we go through tons of those throughout the year. So I thought it'd be really cool if we can grow our own. So I'm just bagging these up, and then I'm also going to wash some blackberries. I have 2 containers of blackberries that have been sitting in my fridge and my kids haven't eaten them. Again, because they're not washed, they're not really thinking of it. So I'm going to wash all of them and then just put them in a bowl. I'm pretty sure my kids will finish them within a day. And here is kind of that final look of everything that I got prepped. Now these are, again, snacks for the kids. So I have the apple bags, the bell pepper bags, some blackberries, and some little oranges. I'm dehydrating that celery. I'm just trying a new little project. I didn't know my Ninja was actually a dehydrator too. I have these caramelized onions going for dinner tonight, and then that's where I'm going to finish up tonight. So we're going to have some burgers for dinner. I'm going to clean up and I'll check back in tomorrow.
All right, good morning. So we're going to finish up this video this morning to get us prepared for the week. So now it is Sunday. So yesterday I prepped muffins, so those are behind me. So we have those blueberry oatmeal muffins that will get us through the week. I have a bunch of bacon that's pre-cooked in the microwave or in the fridge that we can just microwave and heat up. I cut up the bell peppers for the kids, apple slices for the kids. I have green bell peppers sliced up for pizza later this week, and then we're going to get the rest of our stuff ready for the rest of dinners this week. Alright, so I just went and grabbed some stuff out of the freezer, in the deep freezer in the garage. This freezer, so this is Italian sausage, so this I'm going to make with those green peppers for pizza. So I'm going to make 1 cheese pizza and then 1 pizza with sausage and peppers on it. So I'm going to defrost this, and then I'm going to cook this today, so then this will already be cooked, and then that will be super easy to put on. I'm going to find a pizza dough recipe also that I can make today. and that can stay in the fridge for a couple days. I don't know which day yet we're gonna have pizza, but hopefully I think pizza dough should last a few days in the fridge. And then this is the teriyaki marinade broccoli that I made, I think last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, that I'm going to frost. I have chicken thighs. So last time I made it with steak, I'm gonna make it with chicken. So we're gonna have that. I have a thing of fried rice that we're gonna eat with that. And then I also have a pan of stuffed shells that I made the week of Christmas, that I was making stuffed shells for dinner and I made an extra pan. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge. This will be a dinner one night. I'm going to get us prepped for the week. I'm gonna have chicken and broccoli tonight. So I think I'm gonna try to get that defrosted and cooked for dinner tonight. Stuffed shells, and then I'm trying to think, I'll need like one more meal this week, but I can figure that out throughout the week. More things, and then we'll finish up this week's meal prep.
So this is the recipe that I'm using, first time ever making it. I'll link it down below, but I don't know if it's gonna turn out good. So it's basically you make it and then you just put it straight in the fridge, and it says it's better for 3 or 4 days. So it'll be nice just having this pizza dough. I am doubling it so then I can make 2 pizzas. I'm gonna make a cheese pizza and then that sausage and pepper pizza. So I'm gonna make this. As I was mixing it, I felt like the dough was just like a really dense, dry dough. So I did end up adding a little bit of my sourdough starter to it, just to make it a better consistency. And then I just took all the dough and I'm just going to put it in like one bag to store in our fridge. And then once I'm ready, I'll probably take it out of the fridge that morning, and then divide it up, put it on the pans until we're ready to make pizza.
All right, so pizza dough's done. We just had some bacon and muffins for breakfast, so great breakfast, so that worked. And I feel pretty prepared going into the week. So we have dinner for tonight. I just put the chicken in the crock pot, so I'm just cooking it on low with that marinade I made. So that will cook. That will be dinner tonight. I have that bag of fried rice and broccoli, and then that will be leftovers for lunch tomorrow. Tomorrow we are gonna have the stuffed shells. So those are in the fridge defrosting, and then Tuesday we can have pizza if we want or not. And then I have the pizza stuff ready to go as well. I cleaned out the fridge, so all the kids' snacks, there's nothing bad in there. We have stuff for sandwiches, so I'm feeling pretty good going into this week. I don't know if I said it, but we did do a quick little grocery pickup yesterday. I will have to do another one midweek because I didn't get like everything we need, but I'll probably do like a veggie produce haul midweek. We have like Greek meatballs in the freezer too, so I may make like a big like Mediterranean salad with those meatballs later on in the week. But I feel really good. I can clean up the kitchen and then I'm done. I don't need to be in the kitchen today. I can focus on other things around the house. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of getting ready, meal prepping for the week. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.